But let's talk about agriculture, because the Katsina State government today flagged off its 2021 wet season farming with the inauguration of the first national maize pyramids, having the Central Bank Chief Godwin Emefiele and others in attendance. Let's take a listen to Godwin Emefiele, the Central Bank Chief.
In pursuance of the 5-year plan of the leadership of the Central Bank to support economic diversification with emphasis on the agricultural and manufacturing sectors, this event symbolizes our commitment towards enabling self-sufficiency in maize production by 2022 in Nigeria. We heard when the president of Maize Association addressed us. He said in just 5 to 6 years, program success story, and further demonstrates the progress we have made with commodity associations towards attaining self-sufficiency in food production in Nigeria. Maize pyramids are indeed rare, and indeed this is the first for maize pyramids in Nigeria. But we have been able to achieve this through synergy among stakeholders and the resilience of our farmers. Success is indeed infectious, and this will surely spur us to do more. The Anchor Borrowers program has proven to be a game changer in the financing of smallholder farmers in Nigeria, as it has revolutionized the agricultural financing and has remained the fulcrum of agricultural transformation program in Nigeria. Beyond being a tool for economic empowerment, job creation, and wealth redistribution, it has also helped to strengthen financial inclusion in our rural communities. Maize is one of the priority crops under the Anchor Borrowers program. This is due to the crucial role maize plays as a major staple food item, as well as its role as a significant feedstock for the poultry industry in Nigeria. With a population of about 200 million people, excessive reliance on food imports will continue to drain our external reserves, induce unemployment, particularly in our agrarian communities, and distort our commodity value chains, as manufacturers may be unable to source local inputs for their plants. The Central Bank of Nigeria is leading this revolution because the impact of our monetary policy measures will be limited if we do not address some of the structural constraints that limit productivity in key sectors of our economy, such as agriculture. Our partnership with the Maize Association of Nigeria under the Commodity Associations Program of the Anchor Borrowers Program is aimed at exploring the potentials inherent in agricultural commodity associations and positioning them strategically as the nucleus for enhancing agricultural productivity in Nigeria.
The Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele speaking in Katsina State today at the launch of the wet season for 2021 in that state, and of course the maize pyramid. Let's have a two-part conversation now on the importance of subnationals or state governments in Nigeria's quest for agriculture development and agro-allied industrialization. My guest is Akin Alabi, Managing Partner at Corporate Farmers here in our Lagos studios. A warm welcome to you to the show.
Thank you very much, Boason. It's always an honor to be here.
Thank you very much for coming through. You listened to the Central Bank Governor there in Katsina State. He's done RISE in Kebbi State and a few other states. What's your take on this?
Beautiful one there by the Governor of Central Bank. You know, Boason, I keep saying that, look, for the agri sector, the narrative keeps changing year in, year out. And we're super excited about it because when you see development like this, you know, whereby you have states, you know, taking, you know, the front runner, you know, for example, the maize pyramid, that is awesome. You know, a couple of months back, we have Kebbi with the rice pyramid and all that. So this is a massive turnaround for state, development in the agri sector, and that is what we need at this point in time for more food security and food sustainability, in Nigeria, irregardless of, COVID-19 pandemic and all that. Food is essential, and food is important for growth and also for economic development. So it's a fantastic one by the central bank and also the Katsina state, good development, which I believe other states should begin to emulate, based on their agricultural strength.
Yes, well, but what are your thoughts around, yes, that is food, but we're talking about food production and agro-allied industrialization at state government levels. What type of collaboration do you think should happen between states and federal governments to get this done?
Okay, thank you, Boason. You see, for states, I think it's high time states begin to take up that mantle, as I said initially. I'm going to put up a reference between a couple of states that I know that we are currently working with. For example, is Lagos State, Ogun State, Kwara State, and Kebbi State. Now, I'll take it one by one. A couple of weeks back, Lagos State launched its 5-year roadmap, on agri strategies and implementations. And we saw what the executive governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, said, positioning the state to be a front runner, for food security in the country. That is one. The other aspect is Ogun State. I think yesterday there was a collaboration between the federal government and Ogun State government, in developing the agri sector, either in Gari processing and a couple of value chains which they are collaborating on. Then also look at Kebbi State. Kebbi State today, as well positioned, itself as a state, as the major state in terms of rice production that I am aware of. And look at Kwara State. As of yesterday too, I was reading somewhere online that they are beginning to support farmers with farm inputs and all that. Now, look at these 4 states as a case study. They are beginning to position themselves as a major state in food security in Nigeria. Now, for federal government, what we need is simple collaboration, supportive system, inclusive system that will help this state to do more, produce more, and also help create more jobs within the value chain. Because when federal government supports states in increasing their food productivity, automatically it changes dynamics in providing more jobs for youth who are interested to go into the sector. Yes, we have challenges across the agri ecosystem, the banditry and all that, but despite that fact, there is need for food security and there is need for us to produce more, and federal government needs to support states that are willing to produce more and create jobs across the entire agri ecosystem. And that is essential now, because this is the time we need what we call farmers for the future. And this is where states need to come in, whereby we start creating farmers for the future that will take this country to the next level for food security and food sustainability. That is my position, Boason, on state dynamism and also state involvement, or state and federal government involvement in improving food security in the country.
Yes, we'll continue this conversation after the break. Let's start by everyone. Akin, we'll be back into everyone. Let's continue the conversation. Nigeria's subnationals, so state governments are in a better state to deliver more into the country's food basket. Unfortunately, that does not seem to be happening at the speed and size that is required. Let's freshen up that conversation with my guest, Akin Alabi, an agriculture professional and managing partner at Corporate Farmers. Akin, thank you very much. Let's take it up from there. There are these complaints that the state government says they don't have enough money, the FAC allocation is not enough, the IGR is not enough. So how do we get state governments or the subnationals down to the local government level to leverage what they have to deliver on food sustainability and industrialization tied to agriculture?
Thank you again, Boason. It's very clear. You see, agriculture is quite dynamic and quite unique that every state in the country today has its own strengths on production, on agricultural production, its own strengths. Lagos, for example, is known for aqua, that is fish. Ogun State today is known for crop production and other states. Kebbi today is known for rice production, and other grain production. Now, basically for states, what is required is simple. Each state should, first of all, identify its own strengths. After that, what are the ways we can begin to partner with each other? That is what we call interstate partnership across the ecosystem. And that is what Lagos State is doing at the moment. A couple of days back, Lagos State launched its 5-year roadmap strategy, under the leadership of his Honorable Commissioner, Absol Olusoya, working with the Executive Governor of Lagos State, Boason Omofaye. They launched a 5-year roadmap strategy. Now, the unique thing about the strategy is that they are collaborating with other states to implement the strategy, because Lagos believes that they cannot do it alone. They need to work hand in hand, in terms of food production and food sustainability. Now, that is what we need today from each state in Nigeria today. There is need for more collaboration between states to increase their production and not depend on federal government or CBN, for fundraising or for fund injection, to their FAC or whatever. But basically, when there is more interstate partnership, it's increased production and also enhanced productivity. And mind you, Boason, this, importantly, will help create jobs and increase state IGR. Simple as that. So that is what state needs to begin to do now. Leave all political whatever behind you and begin to trace interstate partnership to increase production, to create jobs and industrialization.
Give me one example. Here is Lagos State with little or no land to plant rice, building one of the largest rice mill in Africa and in the world. So where would the feedstock come from?
Now, it's simple. Lagos knows its strengths, and the strength is its population. Lagos has that capital wherewithal. Lagos might not have the land, but definitely with the collaboration they're going to have with other states, they can begin to buy inputs, the paddies and the likes from other states for processing in Lagos and the market in Lagos, even for exports. It's as simple as that. Lagos has taken that bold step, to own that champion step and say, okay, I am here. Bring your produce here. I will refine it for you. And I also provide the market for you. And that is what Lagos is doing at the moment. And for other states, neighboring states to Lagos states are seeing the opportunity. And they are taking chance of it by collaborating and working together with Lagos states to also improve their own production and also help the farmers. Because that is the most important thing. Because when a farmer produces, it's important that production goes into the next process chain, before it now goes to the market. So Lagos is standing as a middleman, whereby bringing from the farmers, collecting from the farmers, and also processing and supplying to the market.
From your interactions and the rest of your team at Corporate Farmers with some of the state governors, are they interested in partnering with the private sector here? There's so much money and fund and support waiting outside there, but some folks perhaps just fold their hands.
Look, Boason, at this point, there's what we call the private partnership. The private partnership is quite important. For us as corporate farmers, we are working closely with the Ministry of Agriculture, Lagos State, to support the ministry and also add value, in terms of different initiatives, either digital agriculture.
Well, what about other states? Because some folks believe that Lagos has the money. What about states like Jigawa, for example, and others?
No state is actually left behind. It's a digital space now. I can tell you categorically clear that we're working with 3 different states in the northern region: Kebbi State, Taraba, and Jigawa State. These are and Kaduna State. Sorry, these are states that we've traveled to, and we've actually met with the commissioners, and also we are also going to pilot a couple of projects there very, very soon. For example, one of the projects we're working on is on e-learning agriculture, and we are working with a state here we're working with Lagos State and also Kebbi State. So you can imagine the collaboration we are putting together, bringing states to see, look, agriculture has changed. It's that time we start doing agriculture and ensuring that we create farmers or develop farmers for the future. Because that is where the future holds, agriculture, and changing the narrative, and it must start somewhere.
So when we talk about the Ministry of Agriculture at the federal level, in your candid opinion, you think the Ministry of Agriculture at state level should do more than the one at the federal level?
Well, Boason, you see, at the federal level, there is so much in their hand. There might be so much in their hands to see all the states. But I believe that at the state level, you understand your farmers, you understand the terrain, you understand what the challenges are, you understand what the needs are. So the states within the circumference of each region, of every state that has an agri ministry, should collect data and know what the challenges of their farmers are so that they can handle and also help provide solutions where the nails are pinching the local farmers. Because the local farmers are the main source of production. Because without the farmers, the state cannot boastfully say they have a production. So the state must bring together resources that will support their farmers. And that can be done when states begin to see the power of collaboration, interstate partnership. A farmer is producing in Lagos State, a farmer is producing in Kaduna State. He should begin to other states to process and also to market. And that is why I respect Lagos State for something. Years back, they have a partnership with Kebbi State, which I believe is still on. The Lagos-Kebbi partnership in rice processing. You know, rice is planted in Kebbi State, then they're bringing down to Lagos for the market. And where we have the lake rice and all that. This is a good partnership. So we need to see more of that across states in Nigeria, where we can see Lagos and Cross River, Lagos and Kaduna, or Kaduna and Jigawa, you know, more of the state partnership based on the resources of each of these states. This will help local farmers, this will help production, and importantly, it will help us in agro-industrialization, so that international partners like IITA, AFDB, AGRA, and the likes can begin to see that, yes, each state has a strength that can fund it and also help support local farmers therein. And that creates wealth across the agri ecosystem. And that is what we need now at this moment. State needs to work together and bring resources together to produce more, increase GDP, and importantly, create wealth and provide employment across the agro ecosystem.
Akin Alabi, Managing Partner at Corporate Farmers, thank you very much and see you next time. Have a pleasant evening.